Imagine which we stand upon Yakudum, turn to face the east. It's the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. You can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verses 8 through 13. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shaka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakutka.
Wakuka.
Taba'ah.
Rata'ah.
Ratazaka.
Ratazaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Yasha.
Baratazak.
Ratazak.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashemayim.
Shemayim.
Nathan. Nathan Nanawa.
The thunder now.
Lacham.
Call.
Call. Yawam.
One.
Wasalak now.
Washnab now.
Kabawat now.
Kawash now.
Kasalak now.
Kawash now.
Kabawat now.
Kawash now.
Wala'a.
La.
Tabiya now.
Raya now.
Banasawan.
Baya Sawan.
Abal.
Abal.
Habusha now.
Shar now.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Right.
Ra.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Kaka.
Amalakwa.
Alakwa.
Waha'ala.
Allah.
Wahatapara.
Yahapara.
La'awalamya.
La'alam.
Aman. In English, our Father.
Our Father.
Which art in heaven.
Which art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
I'll be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not to temptation.
And lead us not to temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
The fire. For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Prayer for the Hakak, the power in Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah.
Babu Kushah.
Babu Shah.
The thunder now.
The thunder now.
Hakak.
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 Lara Pa'ah.
Lara Pa'ah.
Call Makala.
Call Madara.
Wakal Madawa.
Call Madara.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Latahar.
Latahar.
Hamatazarayim.
Hamatazarayim.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lahakwim.
Hakim.
Hamathium.
Matthew.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Al-Rakawah.
Al-Ratawaf.
Hatama'ala.
Say that again.
Hatama'ala.
Mata'ara.
Lagarsan.
Garsha.
Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah.
Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah.
Wadaman.
Wadaman.
In English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Please give us the power.
Give us power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
It's all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power against the leper.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Pray to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah.
Barak Lanawa.
Barak Lanawa.
Wayasha'ala.
Wayasha'ala.
Wahabayat.
Bayat.
Sapari.
Sapari.
Barak.
Barak.
Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah.
Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah.
Wadaman.
Wadaman.
In English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Bless us and Yasha'ala.
Bless us and Yasha'ala.
And the school.
And the school.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew, Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Ahahari.
Ahari.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Yaba'ah.
Maya.
Azaria.
Azari.
Azaria.
Azari.
Ma'ain.
Ma'ain.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shamayam.
Shayunah.
Waratazak.
Rataza.
Ayatan.
Ayatan.
Lamawa.
Lion
Regalka.
Gark.
Alyanawam.
Aryanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamar.
Hana.
Hana.
La'a.
La'a.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'a.
Lala'a.
Yayashan.
Yasha.
Shawamar.
Shamar.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamar.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Zarka.
Ayat.
Haya,
Yamyaka,
Yummy,
Yawamam,
Yama,
Hashmash,
Ashamash,
La'a,
La,
Yakaka,
Karka,
Wayara,
Raya,
Balayala,
La,
Yahweh,
Yahal,
Yashmarka,
Yashmar,
Makarai,
Markara,
Yashmar,
Yamashamar, Ash,
the Pascha,
La Pasca,
Yahweh,
Yahal,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Tazaatka,
Lakasta,
Wabawaka,
La, what, Aqua,
Maita,
Lita,
Wa'at,
Mata, Ra'a,
Awalam.
Allah.
In English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hill.
From whence cometh my help?
What's coming my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help comes from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
And when I suffer thy foot to be moved,
Even though I fuck so I think with the he not fuck he not suffer thy foot to be moved.
he that keepeth thee when thou slumber.
He that keepeth thee when I slumber.
Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'Allah
he got to keep Yasha'Allah.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
The Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh by say them upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun that shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee for all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out,
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in,
and thy coming in.
from this time forth,
And this thy forth,
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew, Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Al-Damiyah Laka,
Al-Tamaya Laka,
Al-Taharash,
Al-Tawash,
Wa-Al-Tashaqwa,
Wal-Tasquash,
All,
All,
Kayahana,
Kayana,
Awayabika,
Yabika,
Yahama Yawan,
Yahamyan,
Wamashanayaka,
Wanashanayaka,
Sha'awa Ra'ash,
Shahar Ra,
Al-Imaka,
Amika,
Ya'ariyamu,
Yahaya Yumya,
Sawa,
Shamwa,
Waya,
Ya,
Faya'ai Tazawa,
Da Tazawa,
Al-Tazapawanyaka,
Tazawamaka,
Amarwa,
Amara,
Lakawa,
La Kawas,
Wanakakianam,
La Na Kakiadan,
Magawya,
Agarya,
Wala'a,
La
Yazakar,
Yashakar,
Sham Yasha'al,
Sham Yashal,
Awa,
Awa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawa Tazawa,
Tazawa,
La,
Wa,
Yahadwa,
La Hawa,
Alika,
Ayaka,
Baya,
Ya,
Yakarathwa,
Yakawaka,
Ahalia,
Yahawa,
Ahalia,
Aharya,
Adawam,
Alawam,
Wayashama Alayam,
Wa Ashamar Aliyam,
Mawa'aba,
Wala Abu,
Wahagarian,
Wa Garia,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wa'amawan,
Wa Alamwan,
Wa'amalak,
Bala,
Parashat,
Parashat,
Amishabia,
Aman Shab,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gam Ashawar,
Gum Ashawa,
Nalawa,
La Lawa,
Imam,
Laman,
Haywa,
Haywa,
Zarwai,
Zara,
Labanya Lawa,
Banya Wala,
Salah,
Shala,
Aisha Laham,
Aisha Laham,
Kamadian,
Kamaya,
Kasaya Sara'ah,
Kashaya Sara,
Kayabian,
Karyabia,
Banakal,
Barakam,
Koyashwan,
Kayashawan,
Nashamadwa,
Yashamasha,
Ba'ayan the Ara,
Bayan the Ara,
Hayawa,
Irawa,
Daman,
Daman,
Ladama,
Ladam,
Shaitamwa,
Shadam,
Nadayab Mawa,
like Da Yabwa, Yada Yamawa,
Kaira,
Kaira,
Wakaza Abba,
Waka to Abra,
Wakaza Bak,
Waka to the Ba,
Wakata Zalmanai,
Waka to Salmana,
Kal Nasakamo,
Call now Sama Kama,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amora,
Nayarasha,
Naira Shah,
Nanawa,
Naira, Ash,
Nawa,
Daiwaf,
Alahayim,
Alhayim,
Alahayat,
Ahaya,
Shaitamwa,
Shanya Tamo.
Kagagala.
Kadog the Kadog Kadogwa.
Kakwash.
Kadokwash.
Lapanya Rawaka.
Wapanya Walokash.
Kaash. Thaba Ira ya Ira.
Da Abra Yaara.
Wakalahaba.
Wakai Abra.
Thalaha.
Kala
Harayam.
Hayam.
Khan Tharadama.
Khan Dada Badapu.
Basa Irika.
That's the Irika.
Wabasa Wapaska.
Wapaska.
Thabalaham.
Dalaham.
Mala'a.
Lala
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Kwalawan.
Karwa.
Wayabakwashwa.
Wayabakwashwa.
Shamka.
Shaka.
Yahawa. Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Wayabahalwa.
Wayabaara.
Adi Eye.
Eye to eye.
Wayakaparwa.
Raya Kapara.
Wayabadwa.
Waya Kabara.
Wayadaiwa.
Waya to Ira.
Kaya Atha.
Kayata the
Shamka.
Shaka.
Yahawa.
Yahau.
Labarka.
Shabaska.
Yawan.
Adawan.
Ka.
Ka.
Rataza.
Rataza.
In English, keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold out thy peace.
And be not still, O God.
Be not still, O God.
For lo,
Salah.
thine enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemy make a tumult.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
And they had hate thee that lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They came to counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let them cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Yasha'Allah,
that the name of Yasha'Allah,
may be no more in remembrance.
May be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together and one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
And the Hagarenes.
Gabal. And Ammon.
And
Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also was joined with them.
Shall also join with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They are hoping to Lot. Salah.
Doing to them is unto the Midianites.
Doing to them as the Midianites.
As to Sisera. As to Jabin.
At
the brook of Kisan.
At the brook of Kisan.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They came this dung for the earth.
Make the nobles like Oreb.
Make the nobles like Oreb.
And like Zed.
And like Shed.
Yeah. All the princes as Sabbath.
As the princes as Sabbath.
And as Zalmun. Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
Let us take to ourselves the houses of God in our possession.
Oh my power.
Make
them like the wheel.
Make them like the wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burns the wood.
And as the flames set the mountains on fire.
As the flames set the mountain on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill the faces with shame.
For that person with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Yea. Let them be put to shame and perish.
Let them put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou.
That men know that thou.
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
Whose name alone is Yahweh.
Art the Most High.
Over
all the earth.
Over all the earth.
Pray for the power structure in Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, Yahweh Shai.
But Barakatah Yahweh, Yahweh Shai.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Maka Allah.
Wa Alahayim.
Ayim.
Matazab Ya'a Alawap Yahana.
Say that one more time.
Matazab Ya'a.
Matazab Ya'a.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawap Yahana.
Ha'alawapyam.
Wapyam.
Hasaranyam.
Hasaranyam.
Akatazayanyam.
As Kakas Hakatazayanyam.
Hakayayonium.
Hakarayanyam.
Wahakwatya.
Hakarkim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahusha.
Ba'ashem Yahusha.
Tawad Aman.
Tawad Amen.
In English, bless you, Yahweh.
Blessed Yahweh.
And Yahusha.
And Yahusha.
And Michael.
And Mike.
And the angels.
And the angel.
Commanding General Yahan.
The Commander General Yahan.
The generals.
The general.
The captains.
The captain.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahusha.
In the name of Yahusha.
Thank you so big.
Thank you so big.
So out to the front. It's like I did forget the one. Yashal. Hold up. All right, you shot me, proceeded. All right. Shalom Israel. Y'all about some y'all side barakathum to the brothers. Y'all samar latam about some y'all side to the sisters. We have the ISUPK, the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge. Established in 1969, 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York. We are led by Commander General Yana. They're not affiliated with any other organization. Israel, pay your tithes, man.
Yep.
Pay your tithes and get ready for the Lord's 56th annual Passover, April 12th in Atlanta, Georgia. Get your hotel, get your lodging, get your travel arrangements. Yep. Save a couple extra dollars for the vendors. Check out the nightlife. December 14th. We are going to be on the Menominee Reservation in Keshena, Wisconsin at the Menominee Casino and Resort in association with the Menominee Casino and Resort and the Forest County Potawatomi community. ISUPK's 4th annual Operation Reservation Winter Provisions Giveaway. If you care to make a contribution, you can mail any items out to the Milwaukee School. That's 4120 West Good Hope Road, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53209. If you'd like to make any financial contributions, Cash App, $ ISUPK Milwaukee. Otherwise, contact the school. The number is on the board. You can contact the Milwaukee School, and some people might do Venmo or even money order, Walmart to Walmart, something like that. Whatever the preference is, get in contact with the school if you don't have Cash App. December 25th, get ready for the Feast of Hanukkah, or otherwise known as the Feast of Dedication. We're going to be going into the book of the Maccabees and the Apocrypha and get into some of the history of how we were even further separated from our identity, how our identity became, it was such a threat to our oppressor that they outlawed declaring yourself as an Israelite, declaring yourself as a Jew. You couldn't keep your high holy days, you couldn't keep the Sabbath day. And they further imposed their culture on ours, which is where you get a lot of the Gentile references in the New Testament going forward. And again, that word Gentile just means nation. If you look at it in the Hebrew, Gawia, and we actually read that during the prayers in Psalms 83. Gawia in the Hebrew, or Goy in Yiddish, it just means nation. It just means people. And depending on the context, it could be a non-Israelite or it could be an Israelite. So it just depends on the application of it. Most people just assume that it broadly means non-Israelite, that it's all the other nations, as if Israel can never be counted as a Gentile. That you just don't know the Bible. You don't know the history. You don't know the culture around it. So that's where we step in and make the corrections where necessary. So get in the class, ISUPK.com. So we are going to get into, we are in Genesis chapter 38 and verse 9 in the Hebrew. Wayadai Aunan Kaya La'a Lawa Yahaya Hazarai, Wahaya, Ba'a, Al, Ashath, Achiwa, Wasakhat, Aratazar, Labalathia, Nathan, Zarai, Lachiawa. Verse 10. Wayarai, Bayanya, Yahweh, Ashar, Aisha, Wayamath, Gam, Athwa. Verse 11. Wayamar, Yahawada, Lathamar, Kalathwa, Shabya, Lamana, Bayath, Abika, Aid, Yagadol, Salah, Banya, Kaya, Amar, Pan, Yamuath, Gam, Hawa, Kaya, Slack, Kaakiwa, Wathalaka, Slack, Thamar, Wathashab, Bayath, Abiyah. Verse 12. Wayarabwa, Hayamyum, Wathamath, Bath, Shawai, Ashath, Yahawada, Wayapacham, Yahawada, Wayail, Ayil, Gazazia, Tazaanwa, Hawa, Wachayara, Rai Hawa, Hayadalamia, Thamanatha. Verse 13. Wayagad, La Thamar, La Amar, Hana, Hamyaka, Ayla, Thamanatha, Lagaz, Tazaanawa. Verse 14. Wathasar, Bagadia, Alamanwatha, Maalia, Wathakas, Batazayap, Wathathailap, Wathashab, Bapathak, Ayanyam, Ashar, Ayel, Darak, Thamantha, Kaya, Ratha, Kaya, Gadal, Shalah, Waha, La'a, Nathana, Lawa, La'asha. Verse 15. Wayara'a, Yahawada, Wayakashaba, Lazawana, Kaya, Kasatha, Panya. That's those first 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, that's those first 7 in Hebrew back into the English. We're in Genesis chapter 38, verse 9. And we're in the story of Onan, and how his brother had died and left his wife with no sons. So the law of a kinsman is that the closest kinsman to that man would marry that wife. So I believe like it's not like a mandatory kind of thing either. I don't believe. Somebody got to check up on too with the culture, but it's if the woman don't want to marry after her husband had died, she don't have to. But the suitable way to go about it is if her husband had died, the closest man to him, if she never had any sons, by dude, the closest man to him in that lineage, on his lineage, would be her next suitor, would be her next husband. So in this case, it was Onan. So Genesis 38, verse 9. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his. And it came to pass when he went in unto his brother's wife that he spilled it on the ground, lest that he should give seed to his brother. So that's where his sin was. It's not just that he pulled out. You can pull out if you want to. There's nothing wrong with that. The thing is, he had an obligation then to raise seed for his brother. So he's intentionally pulling out as to not have to raise a seed in his brother's name. It would have been his son physically, but by name, by law, it would have been his brother's son. So he didn't want to do that. That's the reason why he was pulling out. That's where he went wrong. Verse 10, and the thing which he did displeased the Lord, wherefore he slew him also. Verse 11, then Judah to Tamar, his daughter, then said Judah to Tamar, his daughter-in-law, remain a widow at thy father's house, till Shelah my son be grown. For he said, lest peradventure he die also, as his brethren did. And Tamar went and dwelt in her father's house. So it almost appeared that Judah didn't know that Onan had went about it like that. So trying to prevent his younger son from a similar demise, he wanted them to hold off. So again, and again, you can see how it's not, forceful, because he's saying remain a widow until. Verse 12. In the process of time, the daughter of Shua, Judah's wife, died. And Judah was comforted and went up to his sheep shearers in Timnath. And he and his friend Harah, the Adulamite. Verse 13. And it was told Tamar, saying, behold, thy father-in-law goeth up to Timnath to shear his sheep. Verse 14. And she put her widow's garments off from her and covered her with a veil, and wrapped herself and sat in an open place, which is by the way to Timnath. For she saw that Shelah was grown, and she was not given unto him to wife. When Judah saw her, he thought her to be an harlot, because she had covered her face. So now this goes into the story about Judah's lust for that type of look, that type of woman. Again, we don't cover up nothing about the Bible. If it's something funky about Israel, we're going to talk about that too. So this is Judah's one of Judah's hang-ups. And you can see that prevalent today too with their interaction with women and how they promote and proliferate that lifestyle. So going back into the Hebrew, Genesis chapter 38, verse 10. No, my fault. Well, 38, verse 16, my fault. Wayat. Aliyah. All. Hadarak. Wayamal. Haba. Na'a. Abu'a. Ayika. Kaya. La'a. Yadai. Kaya. Kalathwa. Hawa'a. Watha'amal. Ma'a. Ma. Thathan. Laya. Kaya. Tabu'a. Aliyah. Verse 17. Wayamal. Anakia, Ashalach, Garia, Aiziam, Man, Hatazaan, Wathamal, the Thun, Arabawan, Aid, Shalakak, verse 18, Wayamar, Ma, Harabuan, Ashar, it's like Athun, Laka, Wathamal, Kathamak, it's like Kathamaka, Wapathayalaka, Wamataka, Ashar, Bayarak, Wayathun, Laha, Wayaba, Aliyah, Wathaha, Lawa, verse 19, Wathaquam, Wathalak, Wathasar, Tazayapa, Maalia, Wathalabash, Bagadia, Alaman Watha, verse 20, Wayashalak, Yahawada, Garia, Haiziam, Bayad, Raihoa, Haidalamya, Lakaka, Harabuan, Mayad, Hasha, Wala'a, Mataza'a, verse 21, Wayashal, Anashia, Makoma, La'amar, Ayah, Hakwada, Slacket, Hakwada Hawa'a, Bayanya, Ayah, Hadaraka, it's like a Hadarak, Wayamawa, La'a, Hayatha, Baza, Quadasha. Verse 22, Wayasha, Al, Yahawda, Wayamar, La'a, Matazaathia, Wagan, Anashia, Hamakwawam, Amarwa, La'a, Hayatha, Baza, Quadasha. It's those 7 in the Hebrew. Going back into the English, we are in Genesis chapter 38, verse 16 through 22. And when he turned unto her by the way and said, Go to, I pray thee, let me come in unto thee. For he knew not that she was his daughter-in-law. And she said, What wilt thou give me that thou mayest come in unto me? Verse 17, and he said, I will send thee a kid from the flock. And she said, Wilt thou give me a pledge till thou send it? Verse 18, and he said, What pledge shall I give thee? And she said, Thy signet and thy bracelets and thy staff that is in thine hand. And he gave it to her and came in unto her, and she conceived by him. So she got all the signs of his identity. Got him to lay with her, and I would say to kind of fast track the story, you can see how it says, and she conceived by him. So it's not just that they had sex, they had a baby as a result of that. And that also that kind of mirrors the story with Joseph and Mary, how they didn't come together until that firstborn, Yahushua. Verse 19. And she arose and went away and laid by her veil from her and put on the garments of her widowhood. Verse 20. And Judah sent the kid by the hand of his friend, the Adulamite, to receive his pledge from the woman's hand, but he found her not. Verse 21. Then he asked the men of that place, saying, where is the harlot that was openly by the wayside? And they said, there was no harlot in this place. Verse 22. And he returned to Judah and said, I cannot find her. And also the men of the place said that there was no harlot in this place. So gone without a trace, pretty much. Back into the Hebrew, Genesis chapter 38, verse 23. Wayamar, Yahawada, the Quack, Laha, Pan, Nahaya, Labuaz, Hana, Shalakathia, Hagaria, Hazah, Watha, La'a, Matazatha. Verse 24. Wayahaya, Kamashalash, Karashim, Wayagar, La Yahawada, La Amar, Zanatha, Thamar, Kalathak, Wagam, Hana, Hara, Lazanawanyam, Wayamar, Yahawada. Wayad Taza Ya'awa. With Asarap, verse 25. Hawa'a. Mawad Taza'ath. Wahaya'a. Salatha. Oh. Hamiyah. La'amar. La'ayash. Asar. Allah. Lawa. Anakia. Hara. With Amar. Hakar. Na'a. Lamya. Hechathamah. Wahapath Yalium. Wahamata. Hala. Verse 26. Wayakar. Yahawada. Wayamar. Taziraka. It's like a Tazirakwa. Mamanya. Kaya. Idol. Khan. Ra'a. Nathatya. La Shalah. Banya. Wala'a. Yasa. Aiwad. Wadaitha. Verse 27. Wayahaya. Ba'aith. Ladatha. Wahna. Ta'awayam Slaki. Ta'awamyam. Babatana. Verse 28. Wayahaya. Badalatha. Wayathan. Yad. Wayathan. Yad. Wathaquak. It's like a Wathakak. Hamayalada without Kosar. I Yarwa Shanya La'amar Zaha Yataza'a Rashana, verse 29. Wayahaya Kamashaya Yarwa Wahna Yataza'a Akiwa Wathamar Maha Paratazath Alika Paratazath Wayakwara Shamwa Paratazah. That's those 7 in the Hebrew back into the English. Genesis chapter 38, verse 23 through 29. And Judah said, Let her take it to her, lest we be shamed. Behold, I sent this kid, and thou hast not found her. Verse 24. And it came to pass about 3 months after that it was told Judah, saying, Tamar, thy daughter-in-law, hath played the harlot. And also, behold, she is with child by a whoredom. And Judah said, Bring her forth, and let her be burned. So again, she was supposed to marry his son. He had become of age. She broke that agreement. I mean, technically, I don't think she played the harlot. I mean, she played being a harlot, but I don't think she played the harlot here. Even though Judah wouldn't have been, I mean, it's not our practice to marry our daughters-in-laws. You know, like if your son were to die or something like that, that's not our practice. That's not our custom. We don't that you know what I'm saying. That's not how we get down. From my understanding, that's how Muhammad gets down. That's an Arab thing. That's a Muslim thing. But she did trick him, and now they're seeing that she's pregnant, so they're just assuming that she went off somewhere, with a different man, not knowing her deceit in this matter. Verse 25. When she was brought forth, she sent to her father-in-law, saying, By the man whose these are, am I with child? Again, with the possessions that she had gotten off Judah when he had made that, given her like a token. What do they say? Not a signet, a pledge. When he had given her a pledge before he was going to give her the actual animal, that was to be the payment, the transaction between her, as a harlot, and Judah as the John. And so, by the man whose these are, am I with child? And she said, Discern, I pray thee, whose are these? The signet and bracelets and staff. Verse 26. And Judah acknowledged him and said, She hath been more righteous than I, because that I gave her not to Shelah my son, and he knew her again no more. So it's showing she's proving her innocence. Not that she's innocent of the deception, but innocence of she had only laid with him, nobody else. She didn't mess with a bunch of dudes before him. She didn't mess with a bunch of dudes after him. Verse 27. And it came to pass in the time of her travail that, behold, twins were in her womb. Verse 28. And it came to pass when she travailed that the one put out his hand, and the midwife took and bound upon his hand a scarlet thread, saying, This came out first. Verse 29. And it came to pass as he drew back his hand, that behold, his brother came out. And she said, How is thou broken forth? This breach be upon thee. Therefore his name was called Perez. Going back into the Hebrew, Genesis chapter 38, verse 30. Waha, Yataza'a, Akiwa, Ashar, Ay, Yadwa, Hashanya, Wayakwara, Shamwa, Zarach. Genesis chapter 39, verse 1. Wayawasa, Hawarad, Matazar Waya Quanahawa, Pawakyapa, Sarias, Pariah, Shar, Hatabakim, Ayash, Matazaria, Mayad, Hayash Shema Alayam, Ashar, Hawa Radahawa, Shema, verse 2. Wayahaya, Yahawa, Ah, Wayasa, it's like a Yawasa, Wayahaya, Ayash, Matazalayak, Wayahaya. Watch this. Y'all might have to tune in a minute. I actually just brought down some food. Hold on one second. There we go. All right, we can continue. Salaki. So, yeah. We are Haya. Baba Ya. Adanyua. Amatazaria. Verse 3. We are Ra'a. Adanyua. Kaya. Yahweh. Athwa. Wakal. Ashar. Hawa'a. Aisha. Yahweh. Matazalia. Slack, yeah. Matazaliaka. Bayarwa. Verse 4. Waya Mataza'a. Yawasa. Khan. Bayanyua. Waya Sharath. Athwa. Waya Paquad Hawa. Aya. Bayathwa. Wakal. Yash. Lawa. Nathan. Bayadwa. Verse 5. Waya Haya. Ma'az. Hapakwayad. Athwa. Babayathwa. Wa'aya. Ka. Ashar. Yash. Lawa. Wayabarak. Yahweh. Ath. Bayath. Hamatazaria. Wagalala. It's like Wagalal. Yahusha. Wayahaya. Barakath. Yahweh. Bakal. Ashar. Yash. Lowa. It's like Yeshua Lawa Babiyath Wabashada. Let's throw 7 in Hebrew back into the English. Genesis chapter 38, verse 30 through chapter 39, verse 6. And afterward came out his brother that had the scarlet thread upon his hand, and his name was called Zerah. Chapter 39, verse 1. And Joseph was brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard, an Egyptian, bought him off the hand of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down thither. So now we're getting back to the story of Joseph after his brothers had thrown him in a ditch, sold him to some Ishmaelites, aka Arabs, and they're selling him to an Egyptian. Verse 2. And the Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. Verse 3. And his master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all that he did to prosper in his hand. Verse 4. And Joseph found grace in his sight, and he served him, and he made him overseer of his house. And all that he had, he put into his hand. So Joseph was a successful individual because the Most High was with him, and it showed. Verse 5. And it came to pass from the time that he had made him overseer in his house, and over all that he had, that the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake. And the blessing of the Lord was upon all that he had in the house and in the field. So it wasn't that the Most High was looking out for the Egyptians, but he was looking out for Joseph. And it just so happened that where Joseph was under the Egyptian rule. So they benefited off of his labor, his skills, and the fact that the Lord was with him to make him prosperous. Verse 6. And he left all that he had in Joseph's hand, and he knew not aught he had, save the bread which he did eat. And Joseph was a godly person and well favored. So it would have seemed like, all this kind of come from nowhere. This slave that was just brought to me, he ain't got but the bread in his hand. But everything he's touched, like that Midas touch, everything he touched turned to gold. Everything that he does, he excels at. Going back into the Hebrew, Genesis chapter 39, verse 7. We got, hey, shalom, sis. Shout out to Shalom, 5,000 mile bar and his beautiful family. Shalom, sis. Nazam and Na. Shout out to Louisiana, man. We'll see y'all at the Passover. Verse 7. Wayahaya. Acha. Hadabarim. Ha'ala. Watasha'a. Asha. Adanyua. Ah. Ayanya. Ah. Yawsa. Wathama. Shakaba. Amya. Verse 8. Wayaman. Slap you. Wayamaan. Wayama. Ah. Asha. Adanyua. Hana. Adanya. La'a. Yadai. Athya. Maha. Babiath. Wakal. Ashar. Yesha. Lawa. Nathan. Bayadia. Verse 9. Wayananawa. Garwal. Babayath. Hazah. Mamanya. Wala'a. Hashak. Mamanya. Ma'uma. Kaya. Am. Al-Thak, Bashar, Ath, Ashathwa, Wa'aika, Aisha, Harai, Haraiha, Wagadala, Haza'ah, Wakhataathia, La'alahayim, Risten, Wayahaya, Kadabara, Ah, Yabusha, it's like Yabusha, Yawam, Yawam, Wala'ah, Yeshai, it's like it, Shemai, Aliyah, La Shakah, Atazala, La Haywa, Aima, verse 11, Wayahaya, Kahayawam, Hazah, Wayaba, Habayatha, La Ishuath, Malakathwa, Wayan, Ayash, Ma'anashia, Habayath, Sham, Babayath, verse 12. Without the Pashwa, Babagadwa, La Amar, Shakabah, Aimiyah, Wayazah, Pagadwa, Bayada, Wayanasa, Wayat Tazaa, Hachwataza, verse 13, Wayahaya, Karawatha, Kaya, Aiza, Bagadwa, Bayada, Wayanasa, Hachwataza, Hachwataza. It's the end of those 7 in Hebrew, going back into the English. Genesis chapter 39, verse 7. 7 through 13. And it came to pass after these things that his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph, and she said, Lie with me. Verse 8, but he refused, and said unto his master's wife, Behold, my master wotteth not what is with me in the house, and he hath committed all that he hath to my hand. Verse 9, there is none greater in this house than I, neither hath he kept back anything from me, but thee, because thou art his wife. How then can I do this wickedness and sin against God? So for people to say too that like the law didn't come in until Moses' time, again just shows the lack of knowledge of the Bible here.
That's right.
The law was with Adam. Adam handed that down to his children. They handed it down to their children. Noah kept that with him. That's how he had the laws of clean and unclean animals. Joseph knew that this would be a sin against his God, against the powers, his powers. Verse 10, and it came to pass as she spake to Joseph day by day, that he hearkened not unto her, to lie by her or to be with her. Verse 11, and it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the home to do his business, and there was none of the men of the house there within. Verse 12, and she caught him by his garment, saying, lie with me. And he left his garment in her hand and fled and got him out. Verse 13, and it came to pass when she saw that he had left his garment in her hand, and she was fled forth. Going back into the Hebrew. So we just see that she keeps on making advances on Joseph. Joseph keeps on refusing it. She grabbed him by the garment. He did a spin move on her real quick, got up out the garment. So she still had his like his vest or something on him.
And she like it.
Good.
It's when I tell you them this is gonna transpire what are already happening. So with me telling it, I hold on because they is gonna proceed what we actually read. So hold on, I'm gonna say it to you just now.
Right. So like with her garment, like that's gonna be the proof.
Yeah.
It's gonna corroborate her story or something.
Yeah. But I don't want to say it.
Right. It's like one second. All right, back into the Hebrew, Genesis chapter 39, verse 14. Wathaqwa ra'a la'anashya ba'itha watha'amar laham la'amar ra'awa habi'a lanwa ayash abaria the tazaka banwa ba'a aliyah la shikab aimya wa'aqwa ra'a bakwa wall got a wall. Verse 15. Wayahaya Kashamaywa Kaya Araya Mathia Kwawalia Wa'aqwa Wayaiza Bagadwa Atazalia Wayanas Wayanasa Wayataza Hachwataza. Verse 16. Wathanach Bagadwa Atazala Aid Bawa'a Adanyua Bayathwa. Verse 17. Wathadabal Aliwa Kadabarium Ha'ala. It's like a Ha'ala. La'amar Ba'a Aliyah Haibad. It's like a Haibaria. Ashar Aba'ath Lanwa the Tezachak Baya. Verse 18. Wayahaya Baharayamya Kwawalia Wa'aqwa Wayaizah, Bagadwa, Atazalia, Wayanasya. It's like Wayanasa, Hachawataza. Verse 19, Wayahaya, Kashamai, Adanyua, Ath, Dabaria, Ashathwa, Ashar, Dabara, Aliwa, Laamar, Kadabaria, Hala, Aisha, Laya, Abarak, Wayakar, Apaya, it's like Apawa. Verse 20, Wayakwach, it's like a Wayakak, Aranya, Yawasa, Athwa, Wayathan Hoa, Baya, Hasahar, Makwawam, Ashar, Asiyariya, Hamalak, Asawarium, Wayahaya, Sham, Babayath, Hasahar. So it's those 7 in the Hebrew, going back into the English, Genesis chapter 30, verse 14 through 20. And she called unto the men of her house and spake unto them, saying, See, he hath brought in an Hebrew unto us, to mock us. He came in unto me to lie with me, and I cried with a loud voice. So again, trying to play it off, playing the victim, as a lot of jilted women will do when they don't get their way. They'll try to demonize somebody else. This doesn't happen yet, but if anybody's familiar with the story of now I just forgot her name. Susanna, I believe, the sister who was accused by 2 priests, 2 old, nasty, decrepit dudes, of committing adultery on her husband with a young man, even though they were the ones trying to sleep with her, and they threatened her. If you don't let us run this train on you, we're going to tell everybody that you were sleeping with this house servant. So kind of a similar effect here, where she's not getting her way, so now she's going to lie on dude because she got her feelings hurt. Verse 15, and it came to pass when he heard that I lifted up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me and fled and got him out. So, I screamed, it startled him. He ran away, left his garment. Verse 17, and she spake unto him according to these words, saying, the Hebrew servant which thou hast brought unto us came in unto me to mock me. Like, this lowly sheep herder, slave that you bought, this, dirty Hebrew, thinking that he's good enough for me. Kind of that atmosphere, because this is the Pharaoh's wife. So she's playing, she thinks she's a high value woman and that Joseph is some chump, when she's a hoe and Joseph was a righteous, upstanding man.
That's right.
Doesn't that sound like the culture that we're living in today?
Yeah.
You can't tell me that we can't learn from this Bible. You can't tell me that this is just some bullshit made up, thousands of years ago that ain't got nothing to do with today. This is exactly the type of situation that a lot of men find themselves in. Pay attention. Verse 18, and it came to pass that I lift up my voice and cried, that he left his garment with me and fled out. Verse 19, and it came to pass when his master heard the words of his wife, which she spake unto him, saying, after this manner did thy servant to me, that his wrath was kindled. Verse 20, and of course, what's going to happen when you tell the man? we're men. There's gonna be a level of hostility, kind of instantly to the situation. And of course, not his angel, not his angel wife. He couldn't have made this up. It must have been this Hebrew, this lowly dog servant slave that I just bought. It must have been this guy. Verse 20, and Joseph's master took him and put him into the prison, a place where the king's prisoners were bound, and he was there in prison. So now he's locked up. Another brother locked up because of the lies of a woman. You understand? You see how this is playing out? You see how that sounds very familiar to how it happens today? It just for whatever reason, this kind of reminded me of kind of unrelated thing, but that one, I think she was some Ethiopian or a Somalian chick, playing herself to be a sister, was running through the streets, slapping men in their faces, talking down to white dudes. She was abhorring Edomites. What she was doing was abhorring Edomites. Talking down to them, slapping them, getting physical with them, running her mouth, and then out of nowhere, somebody cracked her with a brick. That's the story that she played. She got money. They ended up setting up like a GoFundMe for her. She made a bunch of money off of that. Turned out to be bullshit. Turned out to be garbage. But her lies had garnered so much support, such a huge outcry from the public, because she's sitting there like, look at all these men, look at all these dudes around me, and then nobody do nothing. Dumb bro, like you out there starting fights with dudes, thinking everything is cool. There's gonna be some cats that don't play that shit, that will actually slap you with a brick or throw a chunk of rock at your face. Now, supposedly that's what happened with her. Turns out that wasn't even the case. But again, her public outcry, the theatrics that she had displayed, it got everybody's sympathy vote. All right, so that's the end of those in English. Going back into the Hebrew, Genesis chapter 39, verse 21 through chapter 4, through chapter 40, verse 4. Well, Yahaya, it's like Yahweh, Yahweh, Wayah, Ayuwa, Chesad, Wayathan, Tanwa, Bayanya, Shah, it's like a Sarah. I think they're Shah, Bayath, Hasahar, verse 22, Bayathan, Shah, Bayath, Hasahar, Bayad, Yawasap, Ath, Kal, Haasyaram, Asar, Babayath, Hasahar, Wa'ath, Kal, Asar, Aisiyam, Sham, Hawa, Hayat, Aisha, verse 23, Ayan, Shah, Bayat, Asahar, Ra'ah, Ath, Kal, Ma'awama, Bayadwa, it's like Bayadwa, Ba'ashar, Yahweh, Athwa, Wa'ashar, Hawa, Aisha, Yahweh, Matazal, Slakin, Matazaliyah. Yeah, turn the page. Genesis chapter 40, verse 1. Wiyahaya, Achar, Hadabarim, Ha'ala, Katawa, Masukwa, Malak, Matazarian, Wahapa, La Aranyaham, La Malak, Matazarian. Verse 2. Waya Kotazapa, Paraiha, Aya, Shanya, Saraya Sayawa, Aya, Shah, Hamashak William, Waaya, Shah, Ha'awapim. Verse 3. Wayathan, Atham, Bamashama, Bayath, Shah, Hatabakim, Al, Bayath, Hasahar, Makwawam, Ashar, Yawasa, Asawar, Sam. Verse 4. Wayapakwad, Shah, Hatabakim, Ath, Yawasa, Atham, Wayasharath, Atham. Wayahayawa, Yamayam, Bamashama. That's the end of those 7 verses. Going back to the English, Genesis chapter 39, verse 21 through chapter 40, verse 4. But the Lord was with Joseph and showed him mercy and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison. Verse 22. And the keeper of the prison committed to Joseph's hand all the prisoners that were in the prison. And whatsoever they did there, he was the doer of it. So he had the keys. Joseph was I don't know what the term would be. Like, I know we had swamps in like MSDF, we had swampers. Those are the people that kept the dorms tidy and things like that, but he would have been more of an overseer in the prison. Verse 23, and the keeper of the prison looked not to anything that was under his hand, because the Lord was with him, and that which he did, the Lord made it to prosper. So again, people kind of didn't have to worry about it. When Joseph was on the case, things got done. In Genesis chapter 40, verse 1, and it came to pass after these things that the butler of the king of Egypt and his baker had offended their lord, the king of Egypt. Verse 2, and Pharaoh was wroth against 2 of his officers, against the chief of the butlers and against the chief of the bakers. It will let you kind of know something about rank and order. The men that are kind of over those fields, it's not just the people that had committed the offense, but their leaders, their teachers, the men that are over them, that generally take the burden, because that responsibility comes down to those men that are in charge of those matters. Like, me as an officer, if I do something messed up, that's going to look bad on the men that rank over me and my captain. They're going to end up getting more shit for it than me. Which, how to say, in the spirit of brotherhood, should compel somebody to perform their duties appropriately, so that your brothers don't get charged for your mistakes. And mistakes can absolutely happen. That's why communication is key. Communication is a huge player in this game, to make sure you understand everything that you're doing. If you got any confusion about the matter, go ask questions about it. Just make sure everything's understood. Yeah. I thought you were going to chime in. So like, you just let me know that I'm doing good. I appreciate it. In between bites. Verse 3, and he put them in the ward in the house of the captain of the guard, into the prison, the place where Joseph was bound. Verse 4, and the captains of the guard charged Joseph with them, and he served them, and they continued season in war. So it's kind of like I don't want to say work release, but similar to how you got jobs in prison too that would still serve the public and private sectors. They got them making like car parts and license plates. Cheap labor, cheap labor. That's still kind of what's going on here. And Joseph is higher ranking in the prison. So that actually concludes our 49 verses for this Sabbath service. Thought everybody who would hung out with us and checked in. Lord's Passover, April 12th, Atlanta, Georgia. Be there, or I'll probably make fun of you. Get your lodging arrangement set. Get your hotel, Airbnb, floor space. However, whatever's going to be available. So that they did announce the initial hotel that they had the event booked at, that thing sold out like immediately. I ended up finding one downtown, a Motel 6, not too far. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, and that's kind of how I felt about it too. But the other places, man, they were expensive. Motel 6 is my budget. And that's budget friendly. So I found a Motel 6 for a few days up there, like a few blocks away from the main hotel. So check around now. You ain't even got to put money down. You just got to have it on your card to get your reservation. But get your reservation locked in and solid. Do it now. Don't skip out on class. Don't hang up on me yet. But when we get done here, go do that. If you can multitask, cool. If not, hold on until we're done with the messages. We got a couple things to go through yet. December 14th, Operation Reservation, ISUPK's 4th annual Winter Provisions giveaway in Keshena, Wisconsin. I'm in the Menominee Reservation. We are in partnership with the Menominee Casino and Resort, who is kind enough to donate the indoor space, to help get us up out the cold to hold this event, and hot food for our guests. Also in partnership with the Forest County Potawatomi community. They are gifting donations, and they have made a monetary contribution also to help us complete the circuit, so to speak, and make sure that we've got all the extra items that we're going to need for this event to make sure that we're filling in the space appropriately. December 25th at sundown is going to kick off Hanukkah, the Feast of Dedication. Get to know your culture, get to know the history. It's going to be for a span of 8 days, so we're going to open it on the 25th, and then however that carries over, let's just check it out real quick. Get you some candles. Be responsible. Can't stress that enough. Get your candles, get your oil lamps in abundance so that you don't run out last minute. And feeling salty about the matter. But Hanukkah is going to kick off on the 25th. So it's Sunday on the 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, 1st, 2nd. So I believe it's going to close on the 2nd then at sundown. So on the 25th at sundown kicks off Hanukkah. Christmas is trash. Christianity sucks. New Year's is garbage too. Don't feed into the hype. It's not going to be a new year, new you. You can still shed the inches off, or the belly fat. You can stop smoking and stop being a hoe, and get on your career path. You can do that today if you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? You don't need some smoke blown up your ass in order for you to make a promise to yourself that you're gonna break. You're gonna smoke again. You're gonna eat that bag of chips. You're gonna go back to McDonald's. It's gonna happen. You're gonna skip leg day. You know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna make another excuse why it was acceptable in the first place. You're gonna start it off with a lie just to end it with a lie. where we could just skip it all, you know, and move on with life. So if there's something that you're trying to get done, man, you can do it today. Don't procrastinate. With that, man of Israel, imagine. Just coffee, people. Relax. Well, find the aquadome and turn to face the east. I'm just gonna rank through this. Here's the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. You can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verses 9 through 13. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayat, Shamkat, Yahweh, Malakutka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayat, Aisha, Ba'rataza, Kawa, Hayat, Ba'Shemayim, Nathadanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kabawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawathinawa, Wala'a, Tabianawa, Banasawan, Abal, Hawashanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kayak, Laka, Amalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatapara, Lawalamya, Aman. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Prayer for the Hakak, the power in Hebrew. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Baba Kashat, the thunder nawa. Hakak, Hakak, Lara Pa'at, Kal Ma'atala, Wakal Ma'arawa, Hakak, La Tahar, Hamatazari, Hakak, La Hakwiyam, Hamathium, Hakak, Arakawat, Hatama'ala, Lagarsan, Ba'ashem Yahweh Thwad Aman. In English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh thank you, so be it. Pray to bless Israel in the Hebrew, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Barak Lanawa, Wayasha'ala, Wahabayat, Sapari, Barak, Ba'ashem Yahweh Thwad Aman. In English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh bless us and Yahshua and the school. In the name of Yahweh thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew, Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Haharian, Ma'ayan, Yawa'ah, Azaria, Azaria, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Warataza, Ayatan, Lamawa, Regalka, Ayanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'aya, your son, Shawamaya, Sha'al, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'a, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makar Rai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaatka, Wabuaka, Maita, Wa'ad, Awalam. In English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yahshua shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Al-Lahayim, Al-Damiyah-Lakah, Al-Thacharash, Wa-Al-Thachakwa, Al-Kayahana, Al-Wayabika, Yahama Yawan, Wa-Ma-Shanayaka, Shawa-Ra'ash, Al-Imaka, Yah-Rayamu, Sawad, Wa-Yah-Tayah-Tazawat, Al-Tazapawandika, Al-Marwa, La-Kawa, Wa-Nakah-Yadam, Magawiya, Wa-La-Ayah-Zakar, Shamya-Sha'ala, Awa, Kaya, Nawa Atazawa, La, Yahadwa, Alika, Baryak, Yakarathwa, Ahalia, Adawam, Waya Shemai Alayam, Mawaaba, Wahagaria, Gabal, Wahamawam, Wahamalak, Parashah, Amishabia, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Aimam, Aywa, Zarwai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aisha Laham, Kamadian, Kasiya Sara'a, Kayabian, Barakal, Guayashwan, Nashamagwa, Bayanda Ara, Hayawa, Daman, Ladama, Shartama, Nadaya Muwa, Kairab, Wakaza Abba, Wakazabak, Wakazar Manai, Kal Nasar Kamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayurashat, Lanawa, Af, Nawat, Alahayim, Alahayat, Shartama, Kagalgala, Kakwash, Lapanya Rakat. It's like Lapanya Rakat, Kaash, Tabaira Yaira, Wakalahab, Talaha, Harayam, Kan Tharadatma, Basa Irika, Wabasa Wapaka, Tabalaham, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kualawan, Wayaba Kwashwa, Shabka, Yahawa, Yabaswa, Wayabahalwa, Adi Ad, Wayakapawa, Wayabarwa, Wayadaiwa, Kayatha, Shamka, Yahawa, Labadka, Aryawan, I, Kal, Harataza. In English, keep not thou silence, O God, and hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasharallah may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Selah, doing to them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth, made their nobles like Oreb, and like Zee, yea, all the princes as Zabah and as Zalmun, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. O my power, make them like the wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill the face with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded in trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Prayer for the power structure in Hebrew, Barakatah Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Wa Me'aka'al, Wa Alahayim, Matazab Ya'al, Wap Yahan, Ha'alawapyam, Ha'saranyam, Ha'kwatazayanyam, Ha'chayayalyam, Wa Ha'fatyam, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Tuwada Aman. In English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, Commanding General Yahana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name Yahweh Shai, thank you so big. The curses, blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now. Sedivas and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Sedivas and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Sedivas and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites, and the nations, and their drug dealers, court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Pascal the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airways, cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahushua, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua, thank you always. So be it. So out to the front. And salute the Torah, Sar. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabrak, yeah.
Yahweh Shem Shabar, yeah.
That concludes Sabbath service. Shalom.